Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name's Lenny. This is Big Girls Really Do Cry, and welcome to the Banish bin. And this week we have a lovely special guest who is Belle over here, which is, if you haven't seen Cookie and the Haydens, she is the obvious better half of Cookie and the Haydens. You know what I mean? Sorry, Chris, but had to be said. But yeah, I have put a channel link below because Belle is usually live on a Monday night. Usually, aren't you? You're usually there.
Yeah, and for anybody that was disappointed yesterday, it was not me this week.
Yeah, we'll just blame
it. It's normally me, but not this week.
Yeah. So you usually you have like a free for all chat, don't you? And there's the movie chat as well, or you don't usually.
I drew the line. Yeah, I drew the line once he stepped into the movie chat world. That's his baby. That's definitely something for him and his like fanatical movie people friends to enjoy each week.
Yeah. Right. So if anyone hasn't seen the Banish bin before, basically it's a bit like Room 101. If you don't know what Room 101 is like, I gave Belle 8 categories, and in the categories she had to choose 3 things that got on her nerves a bit, basically, or stuff she didn't like, if it was safe food or whatever. She then puts them forward to me, give an explanation why she doesn't like it, or it should go in the Banish bin. And then if there's anything there that I like, if it's a food that I do like, I'll save an item, and then other 2 things will go into the chat, and the chat will decide which of the 2 is actually banished. So that is the rules, basically. Is it rules? It doesn't really need to be rules. It's just it's just for fun, over laugh. That's what it's all about. So I did have notes, and I've buried it within other things. There you go.
This is where everyone finds out actually how boring I am.
No. No, not at all. Not at all. All right. So the first category is things people say. So what things people say annoy you?
Okay. I did struggle quite a lot with this, to be fair, because I struggled with most of the categories, but with this one, I couldn't really I was like, what do people say? And I was more inclined thinking of Chris. I'm like, what does Chris say that bugs me? Because he's the person that I listen to the most. Yeah. And it sounds really sad, but I couldn't actually think of anything that Chris said. Yeah. Barring one thing, I should say, thing, which is, and this is going to sound really stupid, but sorry. Let me explain.
Okay.
I am forever saying, and this has been with me from like the boys growing up as well. And my phrase that I always come out with is, don't say sorry unless you mean it. Because I hate people that say sorry just to get out of a situation. And Chris will do it all the time. He'll do something and I'll go, don't do that. And he'll go, sorry. And I'll be like, but you're going to do it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one thing that does bug me when people say, but they use sorry way too much because it's just a word and nothing behind it.
Yeah, I agree with you completely on that. But I'll speak a bit more about it when you've said all 3. So what's your second choice?
The next one is banter.
Well, actually, the word, or do you not like banter in itself?
I just feel ever since banter became a thing, it is basically just a way. It's just a form of bullying of people to get away with it by saying it's banter, and I've never liked it. I've just never liked. I just feel like people use it as an excuse to get away with bullying.
Right. And your third choice?
Again, this is probably something from the boys because they used to say it to me all the time. which was chill, or take a chill pill. There is nothing worse than somebody saying to you when you're on top note, chill, to make you feel even higher.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
It's very condescending at times.
Right, let's have a look. Sorry, saying sorry, especially when it's said sorry, like it's not, I totally agree with you. Fake apology, and especially if you know, like you said, if you're going to do it again and it's just, it's fake, like don't say it if you don't mean it. If you're not,
I've said it so many times to the boys when they just go, oh, sorry. And it's like, don't say it unless you mean it, because you know they don't mean it. It's not genuine.
Especially when it's said like that. Yeah. Mine's the same. Mine too is the same. But yeah, I totally agree on that. I don't like a fake apology if it's just
yeah. Well, unfortunately, I now use that phrase all the time with Chris.
Yeah. I agree with you on the banter side to a point. I agree with it. If you know someone really well and you know each other's things and you joke about stuff, I think banter is fine. But banter, people use it and not actually know someone, and then like, do you know what I mean? Like,
but I think it can happen because obviously having two teenage boys, when banter became a thing, everything was, oh, it's only banter. Oh, it's only banter. And it's like, no, it's not banter. It's like you're literally picking on each other. You know, it's not banter. You know, when one of them sat there crying and the other one's going, oh, it was only banter. And I'm like, well, clearly it's not, because he sat there crying.
Yeah.
And it became a pet hate of, it was thrown around so much. People seem to latch onto it. And I kind of got to the stage where I just didn't like it at all. It was kind of a bit of a
Yeah, it definitely got to the stage where it's just banter. It's only like a joke and just messing. It's just banter. You know what I mean? Like I just think there's banter and there's like just people take it too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a very fine line.
Yeah, there is a
very fine line.
Yeah, I think it's jokey. The chill pill thing, or just chill when you're at the top of, that's the worst thing anyone can say here, isn't it? It's like, like you just want to scream when someone says something like that.
I'm pretty sure the kids used to just do it on purpose just to see what would happen. Well, they knew what would bloody happen once he said it. They always say it just at the right moment.
Definitely.
You've managed to keep that level of, I'm losing me crap here, but I haven't quite fully hit full whack, and then they just come out with that phrase and that's it. You just red mist.
It's madness. Right, I'm obviously definitely not saving sorry when it's a fake apology, and people just use it because they think that'll fix whatever, but it doesn't. It's when it's not genuine. You know what I mean? If you accidentally do something and then you're genuinely sorry about it, that's one thing. But if it's just said so to shut someone up or whatever, then it's just wrong. Banter's okay within friends, but I don't like it being used, like you said, where everyone just goes, but it's banter. When someone is being really insultive and like then decide it's just banter when someone gets upset by it, because that's what happens, isn't it? Someone gets upset and then it's used as just banter. You know what I mean? So
for it to be banter, it has to be a two-way thing.
Yeah, and it has to be some. I think it has to be. It goes too far because sometimes it's just kind of like, can I just notch this a little bit further? You know what I mean? And then someone else has to go above that and above that till it gets out of hand, and it's not fun. It's again with the chill thing. No, you can't tell someone who's really annoyed to chill. It's just like saying, you know, it's like putting oil on a fire, in it. That's kind of what you're doing essentially. If you tell someone to chill when they're really annoyed, you're just better off leaving them to calm down somewhere. So I'm not going to save any of them. I do like banter in the right context. Is that the right word? Yes. But I'm not going to save it because I know what you mean by the too far type thing. So I will let the chat decide. So people in the chat, if you want to put fake sorry into the banish bin, type sorry. If you want to put, I'm going to say extreme banter, then type banter. And if you want to put take a chill or chill out or take a chill pill or whatever you want to do when you're really angry, put chill. And then while you do that, because I forgot to say hello to everybody, I'm going to say hello.
I like Peter's there. Chillax. That's another one, isn't it?
Chillax. Chillax. So, hi Andrew. Hi Laura. Hi Peter. Hi Dave. Hi KP. Hi Peter. Two Peters. Hi Sharon. Hi Jess. Hi Chris. Hi Stephen. Hi Junie. Hi Antoinette. Hi Ian. Hi Nick. Hi Steve. Big Steve and Little Steve. Hi Chris.
I always want to follow up Big Steve, Little Steve with cardboard box. Big Steve, Little Steve, cardboard box.
It just reminds us of Big Cook, Little Cook. That's what I mean. You're too little. That's all I get. Stephen says, I love how seriously Leonie considers all this. Do I come across really serious? I'm so serious. I'm not really serious at all. Hi, Lynn.
When we don't tell you to chill, then you're all right.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, Nia. Hi, Susan. She says, evening all. Sorry, Miss Laney, for being late, and I really mean that. Sorry. Yeah, Alex. Right, let's see what they've decided because I think I'm at the bottom. Right. No, you can't just put Chris in the bin, Dave. A little bit of passive aggression. All right, Lex, you do that. Right, I think we've got a bit of a split between banter and sorry, so I'm gonna have to count stuff.
I was gonna say, I hope you can see better than me because it just kind of looked like a mixture.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've gone with it. Banter. So the banter bit, it's got it. There you go.
Oliver Ian's pushing his luck. He said, you two bullying me and Steve, or is it just bants, ladies? Thanks, you need to chill. I think you need to chill.
What? I only said big cook, little cook, isn't it? Where's the bullying in that? and you said cardboard box.
Yeah.
She was giving you a dance song, and I'm giving you a program. You could have what you want. Anyway, moving on to the second category, which is drinks. So, your first choice.
Could have had multiple things on here because my drinks category is about this big. I suppose my main dislikes are tea. Can't stand tea. Coke.
Right.
And mineral water.
So, is it like all types of tea, even like?
Yep. I have tried fruity teas. I have tried all sorts, and they just taste like tea to me, and I don't like the taste of tea. I've tried my hardest. It's because I know it's better for you sometimes than coffee, but I just cannot stand it. I put it one way, and I'm not sure how long Chris has known me for, not like he's known me 10 years or anything like that, but he actually made me a cup of tea today by accident, and I'd not even got it to my face, and I was like, whoa, what are you doing? Why have I got tea?
Trying to fool you or something.
No, apparently it was my fault because I was talking to him while he was brewing up, so he made 2 cups of tea instead of a tea and a coffee. But yeah, no, I don't even like it when you screw the lid off to make Chris tea, and it's like, no.
Okay. Coke, as in like all
Coca-Cola, all Coke, yeah, any Coca-Colas. I've never liked
the brand, so just like the brand.
No,
Coca-Cola.
anything Pepsi, Coke, cheap Coke. I just don't like it. Never have done.
No.
I've many a time I've been told I'm weird because I don't like Coke.
So you don't like it?
Yeah. And it's one of them where I try periodically, because you think sometimes your taste buds change, but just cannot stand it.
Is mineral mineral water? Is that like the
fizzy water?
Perrier or whatever it is.
The fizzy water tastes like dissolving paracetamol.
Yeah, it looks like Alka-Seltzer or something. It's weird.
Yeah,
very weird.
Yeah, can't stand it. I don't even like it in my gin.
I absolutely love tea. A proper cup of builder's tea, Yorkshire tea has to be. I need it to function. I don't like coffee. Don't like the smell of coffee. But tea, I love the smell of tea. So, I don't know. Yeah.
You're like me and Chris because he can't stand coffee.
I don't think I'd go that far, Sharon. Coke is the devil's ball sweat, she says. I mean, it's a bit far.
It is nasty.
I do like it now and then, but like I'm not good with like fizzy anyway because I just get really gassy. It's not.
No, I'm not a massive fizzy drink person anyway. I'm very limited to what fizzy drinks I'll drink, and I've got to really be in the mood. Yeah. But the majority of them I just don't like. I don't like Iron Brew. I don't like. God, I can't even think of them because I don't drink them. Cherry Coke or Cherry Aid, or I don't like anything like that. No.
Yeah. I just struggle with the gas of them, so it's probably not great. But mineral water, that's just. I love water. Like even tap water, I'll drink, but that's just different. That's weird. That's just. I don't know. Even I don't get why people want that. I can't understand it really.
So many people say it doesn't taste of anything. It does. It tastes. You can smell it as well. It just tastes and smells horrible. Yeah.
Disgusting. So I'm obviously going to save my tea. I've got to save my tea. And yeah, I need my Yorkshire tea, but we'll let the chat decide between Coke and mineral water. I've got a feeling that we know what will be saved here.
Water has tea in it.
Water has tea in it? Oh, yeah. When you put a tea bag in it, you mean?
Yeah.
That kind of it, yeah. So, if you want to save, if you want to banish Coke, put Coke. If you want to banish mineral water, type water or mineral, whichever you want.
Looks like we've already got a bit of a split there. Bad Wolf really doesn't like Coke.
Yes. She doesn't. Right, go.
I'm quite surprised, actually. It seems Coke seems to be coming up quite a lot. Maybe I'm not the only strange person.
No, yeah, a lot of people.
Oh, that's what Dave's getting at.
What?
He's trying to say whattier, as in T's in the middle of water.
Oh. Right above my head, that was. Yeah. If it was in order, I might have got it. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are we?
Well, Bad Wolf said she used to be addicted to it, and now she's like a reformed smoker.
7, 8, 9. Right. Go back through again. I wasn't expecting to be this split, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Coke it is.
There we go.
Coke it is.
I mean, to be fair, I grew up thinking that Corporation Pop was something that the pop man brought. For years, I hunted for that Corporation Pop and couldn't find it.
Yeah. Okay. I think Susan's chuffed about that.
It surprised me that. I really thought it would be mineral water.
So did I. They must all be fancy and sit in cafes with a glass of mineral water looking all fancy or something. That must be good, isn't it? All right. So the next category is celebrities.
Now, you really stumped me on this one because, you know, at the beginning I said I'm quite impartial to some things. Well, this is one of them. I really do not have that much interest in celebrities to really dislike people. So the ones I've chosen are literally like so pathetic. So my first one is Cheryl Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason that I could even think of Cheryl Cole, Chris had to hand me this one, was because when we first got together, he had a thing for Cheryl Cole. And because we were a new item, I decided I didn't like her because he did. And that is it. That's it. No other reason.
That's fair enough.
No other reason. But yeah, I can't say that I have anything against her. The next one was Mel B out of the Spice Girls.
All right.
And that's only because whenever I've kind of seen her on stuff, and she was a judge on something, wasn't she? She was a judge on like Britain's Got Talent or something like that. And we went to watch one. We went to watch something being filmed where she was judging, and she was quite aggressive, you know, in like her attitude and her mannerisms. And I've just find that she comes across quite aggressive sometimes, and For that reason, I picked her.
I suppose in the in the pop band, you would she came across that way, but you kind of expect it to be sort of a front, don't you?
Yeah.
Like sort of like an kind of like an acting a little bit, if that makes sense. But
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is just a front, but like I said, I had to pick somebody.
Exactly. But
and I was clutching at straws with this. And the last one, I know loads of people will probably disagree with this. Is he called Steve Martin? The one in like Planes, Trains, Automobile?
All right.
Only because I really don't like those stupid comedy films. They're just, I don't know, I don't like watching them, and he generally acts in those sort of films. So, yeah, so I picked him. But
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So going through them, Cheryl Cole, hello, she's from up my neck of the woods. It's actually a Geordie though. I remember someone commented once on my video and said, you sound like Cheryl Cole, but you're looking out like her. And I was like, well, look at the one. But it sounded so disappointing as well, the way he wrote it. You sound like Cheryl Cole, but you're looking out like her. I was like, thanks. And I don't even want to sound like that, because to me I don't. But then living, everyone just assumes because all the Northeast sounds the same, but it's not true. To us though.
To our untrained ears.
Yeah. I guess that like if like in wherever you're from, Manchester, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Great in Manchester.
Yeah. So there's probably differences in accent from where you live that you can tell, and people who are there can tell, but we can't. You know what I mean? It just all sounds.
Yeah, because I don't think I sound like I'm from Manchester, as in the city of Manchester. But then people just hear me and go,
Yeah.
I'm from Manchester, because I've obviously got that twang. But yeah, if anything, I'm more sort of up in the hills. I'm more over to the to the moors sort of side.
See, it just sounds the same. I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't sound like Oasis or anything. I'll give you that much. Like, it's not that bad. It's not
there you go. I don't put "oh" on the end of everything.
Mel B, not really to say about her. She was obviously a big girl band. She didn't really, not much to say, is there? I've seen her on, I think it was on Loose Women or whatever, and she just looks like she's always hurrying through stuff to get to something else, I think. That's what I get from her. I don't really know her or anything. So, Steve Martin, though. I like Steve Martin. I like the films that he does. I mean, I don't think there'd be as, I think some of them are classics, like Trains, Planes and Automobiles. The Man with Two Brains.
You're literally you're listing the film, and I'm like, nope. No,
you don't find funny. But I don't think, I probably wouldn't find them as like good now, because I think some films like they don't travel well, like to the sort of modern day. Like some you can watch over and over, and it doesn't matter what year it is, they'll just always be classics. I'm not so sure a lot of them would be. Yeah, The Three Amigos I really liked. LA Story.
I like Jim Carrey. So it's not like I don't like stupid comedies, because I like Jim Carrey and like Ace Ventura and stuff like that. Chris can't stand watching those, but he'll watch the Steve Martin stuff.
The other way around for me, I prefer Steve Martin out of the two.
Yeah.
But it's just one of them. Yeah, Roxanne as well. So for that reason, I am going to save Mr. Martin here. Not that he knows I'm saving him, right? And he didn't care. but yeah, I'm going to save Steve Martin, and I will let the chat decide. If you want to banish Cheryl Cole, then put Cheryl. If you want to banish Mel B, put Mel, and we let them decide.
I know these are really 3 pants choices, but I was struggling so much.
They're not pants choices. It's just if like, yeah, I see. Like obviously the Cheryl Cole thing's a jokey thing, you know, because like Chris liked her and whatever. I get that, you know what I mean. And you could have just gone with the same as, you know, like the obvious is like Piers Morgan, Katie, what's her face? Oh, what's her name? The one who's offensive, I can't think of her name. But Hopkins, isn't it? And someone else, Boris Johnson. Many
I don't mind any of them.
What, even Boris? How heaven. Cheryl, I have 17 surnames. Does she have 17 surnames? I know she's married a couple of people, but 17's a bit extreme.
She didn't even give the last one a chance of a marriage. She just got a kid out of him.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go back. Where was it?
And Chris better have picked Cheryl as well.
1, 2, 3, 4. You picked Mel B. Terrible.
Shocking.
5, 6. Cheryl gets it anyway. Just so.
Oh, I feel bad. I've thrown her under the bus.
Why? You need to feel bad. Okay, next category we are on is films.
Well, amazingly, Chris had to remind me of this, and I don't know why, because it is a film that I've always hated, which is It, and that's because I cannot stand clowns. Clowns are horrible.
So I've never seen it because I don't do horrors, right? But I think that's the one under the drains, or so lives in the drains or something.
It's just killer clowns. I don't like clowns because they're evil. Clowns are evil.
Do you remember that thing that happened? I can't remember when it was, but when there was loads of people running around scaring people dressed as clowns. Yeah. It was really weird.
My siblings used to do it to me. They used to stand clown teddies on the end of my bed, and then I'd be literally stuck in my bedroom, not being able to like leave the room until they came and moved the teddy because I was just petrified of them.
I'm not a fan, like, to be fair. I can't do
it. The next one is, and I picked the title of this one because I couldn't really think of titles because I don't watch them, which is This Is England. Now, I know it's a good film, but I don't like films that are very closely associated to real life, you know, where it could be sort of something that happens in real life in a sense of like racist attacks and stuff like that. I find them really difficult to watch. So that was kind of the one that stands out in my head because it's quite a obviously prominent film from its day. Yeah. Of being a difficult, and I've watched it since, but I do find it still difficult to watch even now.
I haven't watched it for years. I can't even remember when it was. It probably must have been when it came out.
Yeah, it's not something, like I said, it's not something you really want to watch over and over again. But
no.
So I picked that one.
It is probably something I should watch when I'm older to have more understanding and
more an appreciation for it. The film, like I said, the film itself is a well-made film, but I don't like anything like that. Like Green Street, I think, is another one where it's football hooliganism and stuff like that. They just make me feel really, really uncomfortable. And my last one is Watership Down. That traumatized me as a child, and I've never watched it since.
A lot of people feel like that. I know what come out before. All right, looking at these. It I wouldn't watch anyway because I'm just terrified of horrors. I don't like jump scares. You know, that's
well, I literally put, to begin with, I just put horrors because I don't like horror films like you. I don't get a thrill out of being scared. I literally just feel scared. This was like, no, you've got to pick one. So
I'm the same. Like I don't like being scared, and I especially don't like jump scares. And the worst thing is I was like, I get intense watching, and I'm like tensed up at the same time, and it still gets us. Doesn't matter.
I have to watch them with my fingers in my ears so I can't hear the sound, because I found it's the sound, the noise, the music that makes it worse. So I'll literally sit in the cinema with my fingers in my ears just so it doesn't make me jump.
I watched a film with my daughter called Get Out. It was really good film, but there's loads of jump scare in it, and like she was trying to warn us of it to like help, and it still didn't work. She was like, right, someone's gonna run out from over there. I was like, still getting scared. And then even on the bits that she didn't warn us because she didn't think it was a scary bit, I was still getting scared. She was like,
the only time Chris jumps is because I jump and I make him jump.
Yeah. Oliverine says the woman who got married dressed as a zombie.
That's different.
And that's, you have control.
Yeah.
Right.
And if my guests had been jumping out of me, I wouldn't have been saying that. Luckily they didn't.
Yeah. This is England. I think it's an iconic film of the time. I think it's something I probably need to rewatch. I don't want to banish it or Watership Down, so I'm a bit of a dilemma here because it's which one to choose. Although I agree, as a child watching Watership Down is traumatic, but I also think it's a fantastic film that it's not good for kids really.
I couldn't even tell you to this day what the storyline is, because the only thing I have etched into my brain is the blooming mean rabbit killing the other one. That's it. That's the only thing I remember.
They were like building new houses or whatever it was, and their habitat was getting destroyed to be used, and that's what it was. Sad. I'm gonna keep Watership Down, I think, out of the two, and let the chat decide for the other two. So yes, I'm saving Watership Down.
Have you made me a cup of tea? No, he's made me a coffee. I thought you were winding me up then.
Service with a smile and that. See, I'm going to save Watership Down. So people in the chat, do you want to banish it, or do you then put it? And if you want to banish, this is England, type England.
Chris just clearly hadn't had enough airtime this week, has he? He's missing it.
He hasn't had what? Or airtime?
With not being on yesterday, he's obviously having withdrawal symptoms.
You don't have to vote, Ali, if you don't want to. There's also an option. You can abstain from voting.
I mean, to me, it looks like it is getting the most.
Definitely it. It is.
Thank God for that. Bin the clown.
Bin the clowns.
Bin all the clowns.
Yeah, all of them. Even them, what were they like when us were younger? With the teardrops, I didn't even like them. What were they?
Like the mime type people.
And they had like, they didn't have like proper clown makeup on. They just had like a white face thing, and then I think it was like in a black and white thing.
Weren't they like the mime type ones?
I don't know. Something told us it began with a P, but I don't know how you pronounce that, Susan.
I probably erased it from my memory.
Pira?
Oh yeah.
Or whatever they are. I remember them, but like, yeah, I wasn't that keen. No. I remember my friend, she had one on a swing in the window. So I like it.
I've been to a circus once, and that's because I got convinced to go because they said, we'll sit near the back, and they never come up that far. They'll be down at the bottom. You'll be fine. Not an issue. It made a beeline for me, and I literally crawled over people to get out. I was off like a shot, and I never showed my face again. That clown must have thought he had really bad BO the way I ran off.
Probably did. It's a clown thing, I'm sure.
And big fangy teeth. It wanted to eat me.
Susan said it's pronounced like Piro. Piro. Yeah?
Piro.
Something like that. Anyway, moving on to the next category, we have things people do.
Things people do. The top of my list is spit. I hate people who just stand there and go.
Yeah.
I think it's disgusting. It proper turns my stomach, and there's just no need for it. If you have a medical condition, fair enough, but you can do it into a tissue and bin it. You literally don't need to stand there and spit it on the floor. Gross.
Yeah, exactly. You can't use it as an excuse, because as you said, if you have a medical condition, you can spit in a tissue.
Yeah, I'm talking more like your little chavs that stand on the street and just stand there and just spit for the sake of it. It's
in the whole bit.
No. Yeah, so that's top. That is the top of my list. The second one is purely aimed at Chris, and that's picking his toes on the sofa.
Oh,
it is nasty. I don't like feet anyway. I don't like feet.
And
he does it purposely. He'll sit there and he picks his toenails. And this is what I'm saying. The amount of times he says sorry to me when I tell him to stop, and he still does it. So that's gross. And my last one is, this is a bit thingy, but I can't be doing with people that act like they're better than you. That it does my head in, because as far as I'm concerned, in my nice little bubble, we all have good qualities, and some, it's like everybody has good qualities and bad qualities, and we're all on equal par. I can't stand people that sit there high and mighty.
Yeah.
Like their shit don't stink. So yeah. Putting it plainly.
True. Chris says that is disgraceful lies about the toe thing.
I think he was hoping I would have changed that one and picked something else.
Don't believe her. I'm the perfect man.
Oh no, he is the perfect man, but he still sits and picks his toes. And I'm pretty sure if he was bendy enough, he'd probably chew them.
Oh, level up that one. That's the level up.
Oh, he's Nazda.
All right. So spitting, totally agree. No need. And if you have got a medical condition, like you said, spitting or a handkerchief, there's no need. Picking toenails. I'm not a fan of feet at all. So Yeah. Yeah. That's just, you get joy out of picking your toenails. Like I can understand picking your fingernails to clean them or whatever, but your toenails. I mean, what are you doing with your? Where are you putting your toes? Them cleaning out, Chris. You know what I mean? Is he going out in the mud? And like,
it's not even like cleaning them. It's like literally picking his toenails. So like instead of going clipping them,
so he picks them off.
It picks at his toenails, and he's just like it's the noise and everything where he's sitting there picking at them, and I'm just like, I let him do it for about 30 seconds before he needs to tell me to chill.
Stephen's saying Jason has webbed feet because I said I don't like feet. I like Jason Momoa and he's Aquaman, but I don't like Jason for his feet, Stephen. You might have noticed that already, but still, it's for his eyebrows. And people acting like they're a level above you. I totally hear that as well. It's like, it's always like, those people who go, if you say something, then if you say something about your child or whatever, for instance, he's just he's passed his exam or something, then their child's passed an exam and gone on to like secondary school age 3 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like it's always like
they've always got to be one level ahead. Yeah. No, I just and it's fine if you are better than me, but there's no need to stand there and rub it in.
But no one, I don't see how anyone can be better than anyone. Like my friend always says, we're all just beans in a tin. You know what I mean? We're all just beans in a tin, all just trying to,
I just feel people like that. I feel people like that are the ones that have the massive impacts on people's like self-confidence and stuff, and that's why we have so many like issues with self-confidence. Because if you didn't have these people putting you down and sort of making you feel less, wouldn't be as much of an issue. But yeah.
But then I don't know, because sometimes I think like there's a lot of that, the whole sort of culture on, especially Instagram, with like the body beautifuls and all that, workout and whatever. But what people don't realize is not only is the photo editing involved, but also starving themselves and all sorts of different issues that they're going through to make it. There's very few people who are naturally super fit like that. You know what I mean? Very few.
I'm definitely not one of them.
Me neither. But unfit is my. I'm the other end of the scale.
I'm somewhere down there too.
I'm laughing at Stephen. He says, I look like a baked potato in a tin when I have a tan. I'm not an animal. I'm a human being. Okay. All right, then. So there's nothing to see of here for me. So I'll let the chat decide. If you want to put spitting into the Banish bin, then type spitting. If you want to put toe picking into the Banish bin,
you'll never look at Chris the same again.
And if you want to put people acting like they're above you, type. I wanted to say wankers, but that's just put acting. There you go. So spitting, picking, or acting, because they're only acting like they're above you anyway. Because no one is.
It's looking like spitting so far. There's only a couple of people that are grossed out by Chris's toe picking.
That means we're spotting the other toe pickers, aren't we?
Yeah.
The ones who didn't pick it. Yeah. the toe pickers.
There's more toe pickers out there than we realise.
Yeah. You should start a group, Chris. Support group. Together. I noticed how Chris went for spitting. He went to keep his topic.
He's probably going to do it all the more now.
Yeah. So spitting it is anyway. Spitting it is. Banished. All right. Moving on to the next category. The next category is songs. So what is your choices of songs?
Now, I will apologise because not even Chris could help me with this because I really like. I don't. There isn't any particular songs I dislike. I have genres, but no songs. So I've given you a couple of sort of like vague answers, which is I don't like songs that have got a lot of swearing in them. So I didn't want to put rap because there are rap songs that don't have swearing in. So I don't like. I just, as the boys have got older and I've allowed them to explore, or should I say, they've got beyond the age of actually listening to me. They definitely listen to a lot of music that it's just a whole lot of swear words, and my brain just goes. So yeah, I've never liked heavy metal. It's just not something I can listen to. It gives me a headache. So, and number 3, our eBay song.
What, your particular eBay song? Just your.
Because I can't sing for Topping.
It was just for fun. You know what I mean? It was just for fun.
Every time it comes on, I cringe. I'm just like, why did we have lockdown? Without lockdown, it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
And I won't tell you the face Chris pulled when I said that I was using the eBay song.
Well, I think he just went, what? In the chat, so I'm guessing that's what it was, something like that. Right. Songs with swearing, like the extreme ones, and some of them are really bad. Like,
I don't mind it with an odd swear word in. That's fine. I'm not prudish. It's the ones what they listen to where every other word is a swear word, and I just don't see the point. I'm just like, it's not music to me.
Yeah, it's unnecessary, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I did want to put in there one of my particular hates, and I never let the boys play it. I always make them turn it off. Is the ones that have the "n" word in it.
Yeah, that's not necessary. But then obviously it's used by them in that way, isn't it?
No, but I'm just saying, in my personal preference.
No, I
don't like listening to music that has it in, because the boys were very down with it. They were like, oh yeah, it's just a word that they use, and they know that they would never use it in context of anything. But it's just not something I like listening to. So, but I didn't. That's why I just generalised it with just swearing.
Yeah. I agree with Susan on, there's a song by Lily Allen called "Fuck You," and actually I like that song. It's kind of like, it's in the chorus, but it's not in the rest of it type of thing. You know what I mean? I do like that. Other than that, I'm not bothered. It's not my thing either. And especially, as you said, that type of words and stuff. Each to their own, isn't it, I suppose. Heavy metal, I didn't get heavy metal. I just don't want to be screamed at. You know what I mean?
It just gives me a headache.
Yeah, and you can't really understand it usually, and it's always very loud, and you just, it's not my thing. The eBay song. Your eBay song. I can't banish your eBay song. I'm sorry. Can't even pretend to send it there.
Oliver Ian said, "Can I be cut out of it because I don't deserve it now?"
Yeah.
I'd happily be cut out of it. I'm the one that let it down.
No, not at all. I think it's just a good laugh, and that's what he did. Do you know what I mean? It was just a good laugh. And
Do you know what I thought you were going to say then? No, you both were rubbish.
No, it was just Chris, Belle. It was just Chris. You should just branch out on your own. Branch out on your own.
It's so bad.
Yeah. See, after tonight, right? You'll be just doing loads on your own. You'll be like, I don't need Chris on a Monday night. I'll just do it myself. He can sit picking his toenails.
No.
Yeah, we don't have to see them. No, but I'm going to save your eBay song because I thought it was good. It was good fun. And I think the people in the chat like it as well. I will let them decide between songs with swearing. That's what I've wrote down as. So put swearing, and heavy metal, just put heavy. And then see what they decide. Okay.
I'm bloody not doing. Chris has put, I'm doing Mondays from now on. I'm bloody not doing.
Picking the toenails, tell him Belle to chill while watching it. Chris's night sorted. It's called Alvarine.
Chris's divorce sorted.
Yeah. Stephen said, I saw a great program where a black woman confronted black rappers about the N-word, and she changed their understanding by explaining the history and the connotations.
That's fine. Like I said, my boys are fine with it, but it's just personal choice. I just don't like listening to songs that have it in it.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Hi, Pat. Sending you hugs. Pat is Richard Nightlife's mum.
Oh, okay.
They lost Pat's son and Richard's brother last week.
Really sorry to. We were all really sorry to hear
about that.
Yeah,
we are really, really sorry to hear about it. Right. I think it's looking like heavy metal. Oh no, maybe not. I'm not looking enough.
Stu Mandra is unfriending anyone that banishes heavy metal.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's a swearing one. Swearing it is. Swearing is banished. Okay, moving on to the next round, and that is food.
Do you know, bizarrely, when Chris tried to guess the 3 things that I'd put on it, he couldn't get them.
Oh.
And I'm not that picky. There's only a few things I don't like. So one of them is sweet corn. Just don't like it.
Okay.
I've tried. I can't eat it. I can eat it if I like mix it with something and don't chew. I just like swallow it and then it goes down. That's about it. I don't like steak.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying I don't like beef. I don't like steak. I don't know why. I just don't like the taste of it or the texture. Now, I've put seafood.
Okay.
When I say seafood, I'm talking things like anything outside of cod in batter.
Right.
And tuna in a tin. Anything else, can't stand. So, crab, eel, octopus, prawn, any shellfish. Ugh.
eel and octopus thing, like, to be fair.
No, I can't even watch other people eat it. I remember sitting in an Italian restaurant with my sister once, and she had this seafood pasta, and I literally made a wall of menus between us because we were sat facing each other, so I couldn't watch her eat it.
Okay. I like sweet corn, not in the tin, but I do like it like on the cob, and I love baby corn. But I don't like sweet corn in a tin or whatever. It just doesn't taste as nice for whatever reason. Also, why does it go in and come out the same? That's like, it's not. It's some sort of like voodoo weirdness, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if they just were recycling it and we didn't know? That would be. I didn't just say that.
And that is probably one of the many reasons I don't like it.
Yeah. Nothing should go in and come back out the same. It's not normal. It's just not.
It is not.
And I do like I said, I do like corn on the cob, and I do like the baby ones, but the tin stuff or the frozen stuff I don't like.
No, and it's sadly one of those foods that they put in everything. It's like, I remember going through a phase of literally not being able to get like a pre-packed salad because they just put sweet corn in everything. Or you'd go to get a sandwich filler and it'd be like, oh, there's sweet corn in that. And I'd be like, but why?
Yeah. Steak, I totally agree with you. Absolutely. I like beef burgers. I like beef in certain things. Do not get the whole vibe of steak. I don't understand why people love it. I really don't. I think it's got an odd aftertaste. And then there's the whole like having it raw, sitting in a pool of blood thing. I'm like, seriously? I really don't get why people like it. I don't see, they go out for it, and I'm like,
pay an absolute fortune. No.
Yeah, they pay ridiculous money for it, and I'm like, they pay ridiculous money for them to chuck it in a frying pan for 10 seconds on each side and call it like, that's 35 quid, mate. Like,
I remember when me and Chris first got together, and he was kind of like, everybody likes steak, you're just not having it cooked right. And I was literally like, it has to be, if you're going to make me try it, it's going to have to be cremated.
Yeah,
it's not even going near my lips. And I still couldn't eat it. I still couldn't eat it. It's just not nice. And it's generally got, I don't know why, but whenever I have tried, it has like veins and stuff in it and things like that I've found just, and it's, no.
No, Sam. No.
Right. My life is a whole lot better without it.
I like seafood. I like seafood. I don't like oysters or that just looks like snot on a shell. That's not nice. Octopus, no.
What about things that have eyes, like fishes that have the heads on them?
Oh, no.
Starters? Is it whitebait, the little starters where they have the,
I couldn't sit there and stare at my food having an eyeball. That's just not, nah. No. If you went to the chippy and that's what happened, you know what I mean? You got out the batter and that was no.
I remember the first time my friend ordered that whitebait, didn't know what it was, and then suddenly she was just going like this and chopping and pulling and then eat, and I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? She's like, oh, they've got heads. You don't eat the heads. And I'm like, well, why have you even ordered
it? As the record rack says, oysters are like licking phlegm off a tortoise.
Oh, that's gross.
That's exactly a good analogy, isn't it?
Ugh.
Yeah. So, what do I do? Because I've saved the seafood before, But you've kept some out, not all of it. However, I do like prawns and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more choice in seafood than there was just sweet corn, and I could live without sweet corn, to be fair. So I think I'm going to save the seafood, although they can keep the calamari, as Craig said. It's squid, isn't it? Octopus. There's difference. Octopus and squid are different, yeah.
No.
Yeah. So I'm gonna save the seafood anyway, and then the chat can decide if you want to banish sweet corn. That's right, sweet corn. If you want to banish steak, right, steak. Choice is yours, people.
Jellied eels.
Nah, couldn't do jellied eels. Like, nah.
No, it's not gone down really well living in Devon. There's a lot of seafood down here. We're being on the coast.
On the coast.
Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants with seafood stuff.
Yeah, I absolutely love fish, and Nick said they love fish yum, but yeah, I love fish as well. So
you like things like salmon and stuff?
Mm-hmm. So salmon does have an acquired taste. It just tastes a bit
fishy.
Yeah, well, fishy, but it's got like a sort of, I can't explain it. It's like extra sort of earthy taste to it. But I do like it. Yeah, sweet corn on the cob's the best. Yeah. Okay, so seems a bit split. Right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 for steak.
Always be wary of a fisherman offering a taste of his winkle.
2, 3, definitely. 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's just gone to steak. Yay!
Just gone to steak.
Banish the steak. Okay. So, moving on to the last category, which is random mix, which is basically where you can choose anything from anywhere you want.
This is probably a generic one that most people, apart from the people that participate, would agree with, which is I don't like people that are cruel to animals.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody can, that animals and children, but definitely animals first. Because even I've got to a point of wanting to harm a child before now, being a parent. So I get where that comes in.
Yeah.
But no, how you can harm an animal is just beyond me.
Yeah.
It really is. I feel bad that if I accidentally trip over the dog, I literally spend 10 minutes apologising to it.
To be fair, I do sometimes call Jasper a dickhead. And I love him to bits, and I would never hurt him or anything like that. But sometimes, like, I'll be getting changed or something, and he'll look out the window in my room, and so like with curtains is like, and I'm like, I can't move to shut them. So so like he gets like dickheaded for that moment, you know what I mean? Or like he'll jump up on my bed because he's scared and I haven't had time to move things. He just plonks himself down like in the middle of stuff. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's not come into the Animal Cruelty Act yet, though, being called a dickhead. So
no, I'm sure it's not. He just gets dickheaded sometimes. Like I love him, but now and again he's a bit of a dickhead.
So that's obviously my first one. Second one is just a bit random. I can't stand, and it's probably a lot the same with them, nails on a chalkboard. Or anything like, there's a number of things. Nails on a chalkboard, polystyrene. I can't get polystyrene out of a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit squeamish with things like that. And the last one is, I'm really not a fan of creepy crawlies. And that literally anything, any sort of bug.
Yeah.
I will say, in my defense, in the last couple of years, I have become a little calmer. I don't quite freak, scream, and run quite as dramatic as I used to. But yeah, I have had so many times in my life where I have been in really crappy situations because of a bug.
Mm.
It's unreal. Yeah.
Okay. Cruelty to animals is just, it's just disgusting. Like, people should have like fingers removed for it or whatever. Like, if you can do something like that, and I've been, you know, like even as a kid, and I know kids can be cruel, you know what I mean, when they're learning and stuff, but like people used to say, oh, it's just bands messing about, and I'd be like, no, like never ever. Like, I was in the park once and someone chucked stones off this, kids were chucking stones off this one. The kids were about 12 roughly, and I went and told them off, and I went, there's just no need to be cruel, like absolutely no need. It's doing nothing to you. It was mind its own business, you know. You were frightening it and like annoys the life out of us, really.
No, I'd probably do the same. Because even, you know, cruelty comes in many different forms.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't even have to be hitting it. It can just be like chaining it up outside and leaving
Totally
it or
agree.
whatever else. But yeah, I just think it's unnecessary.
I totally agree on the nails on the blackboard thing. It's not a nice thing.
I just noticed somebody put in there that there's not been chalkboards around since the 90s. You clearly don't remember having kids then, because my kids used to have the little portable chalkboards and they used to do it on purpose. The minute they knew, when they'd accidentally made the noise and they knew it bugged you, that was it. They'd be like,
yeah.
They didn't wake up to that chalkboard the next day.
Right. The creepy crawly thing, I totally get it. I understand. I totally get it. You know, slugs, moths, spiders. I'm a bit thingy with all of them, but there's an issue with it in that we need them to feed a lot of the animals and creatures that, you know what I mean. And obviously, well, spiders keep down flies, and then they're food for birds or whatever else that comes about. Little creepy little rabbits. No, they eat grass and stuff, don't they, rabbits? I'm trying to think of something that doesn't. Stoats and stuff, they might eat them, I don't know.
Yeah. It's one thing I wish I'd have been able to have built up some sort of,
yeah,
you know, not be as afraid of them earlier in life, because I was so afraid of them. I couldn't even overcome it for my children. They were the ones that were removing them for me, because I couldn't bring myself to remove a spider.
Yeah.
For their sake. It was just, I just didn't have it in me. I couldn't do it. And I wish I'd have had the tolerance I've got now back then. But for whatever reason, in the last couple of years, whether my brain has just decided it's had enough of freaking out, but I'm nowhere near.
I totally agree. And I obviously take photos of stuff and I get right close. Like, I've never dreamt of doing that. I always think it was the sort of coming out of nowhere, or, you know, if I was going to sleep, I'd be like, keep an eye on it, and I couldn't go to sleep because I'd be like, it's moving this way. Do you know what I mean? Like, a bit like that. So I totally get you, and I think when you're younger, you the fear of the unknown and what could be possible, I suppose, does freak you out a lot.
Well, they don't call them irrational fears for no reason, do they? There's no reason why I should have been that scared of them, but I just always was.
It's because it makes your skin crawl. Like it literally, which is why the creepy crawlies, it makes your skin crawl. It's sort of like you get that horrible shiver thing that's not nice. And I think that's what it is.
I couldn't even suck them up the Hoover. I couldn't get that close to like with a long pipe. I just couldn't get that close to suck them up. I had this thing that it was just going to run up the Hoover pipe.
Okay, what to do. See, normally with the cruelty to animals things, I would just banish that anyway, like instant, sort of like. But then that leaves nails on the blackboard and creepy crawlies, and I would usually save the creepy crawlies because just purely because it's needed for, like, they're needed for the food chain, for, like, you know,
the great circle of life. The
circle of life, yes. And then that would only leave nails on the blackboard, so it doesn't really work, does it? For them to banish it. So what was the other one? There was nails. You didn't like nails on the blackboard, and getting something polystyrene out your.
With polystyrene packaging, I cannot get it out of a box. It's just the sound of it goes through me.
So what I might do here is I'll instantly banish cruelty to animals. I'm going to save creepy crawlies for the spiders. I'm totally making up my own rules. Spiders, and I'm going to give the people of the chat the choice whether to banish nails down the blackboard, or polystyrene. Just polystyrene in general, in it, because I suppose it doesn't matter. Is it just coming out of the box, or is it like?
No, just polystyrene in general. It's just horrible. Yeah, it's just that squeaky sound it makes. Oh.
So blackboard or polystyrene? Take your pick.
Dave, polystyrene. I'm finally not alone.
Yeah. Polystyrene and squeaky cotton wool while you're at it.
Oh yeah, put that in there. Don't do cotton wool or wet wool. Like you said, it all gives me the same sensation. Just that.
It's that sort of comes up from your feet shiver thing. It's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought the polystyrene, the blackboard thing, I get. The polystyrene thing doesn't have an effect on me. Neither does cotton wool. But scraping on a plate, and you've got
with like the knife and fork.
Stand that. And that's on the same. It's on the same level, isn't it? Really. So I think I'm gonna have to actually count these. I was hoping not to actually count them, but here we go. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's polystyrene.
Polystyrene. There we go.
Some people for the sound, some people for the mess. But yeah, some people don't like it for the mess. Polystyrene is banished. All right. I think that's everything, isn't it? Right at the end. Have you enjoyed it a little bit, even?
I have. Yes, it was good fun.
Yeah, I think once you relax into it after like the first one, maybe it's hopefully okay. But thank you so much for doing it anyway.
Thank you for having me on. I know Chris has been kind of poking me in the right direction for a while. He's like, look, Lainey's now, she's running out of people. Come on.
Yeah, I think I've got I still need 8 more people, so if anyone wants to do it, give us a shout. I'm just trying to get it through till October when I do it as part of the thing, and then it'll finish. So yeah, I've got 5 more, 6 more people down, and I still need another 8 people. So yes, you were very good. You should never have been nervous. You should come on more often and be on
All
the
I'm thinking is I've given all my dislikes away now for people to use against me.
That usually happens. I mean, yeah, when we've had other people on, people have sent them gifts and stuff, you know, like whatever.
I'm like, how many toenails am I getting from these toenail pickers in the post now?
Oh. Just give them the Chris. It'll be in his element.
It wouldn't be the first time Chris has had toenails sent to him in the post.
Yeah,
he actually got them as part of his Secret Santa once,
and
which was
fluff and stuff, wasn't it? Oh, it was minging. But yeah, I remember that. I remember that happening. Yeah, Susan got loads of unicorn gifts. She doesn't like gifts and she doesn't like unicorns, so everyone was sending her unicorn gifts. And I think Lex didn't like the word hun, but you know, being said, so everyone was calling her hun. And I think there's been a few people who have just getting it sort of got a bit out of hand, you know.
Everyone's just going to be telling me to chill from now on, aren't they?
Yeah, and they'll just be going on at Chris about his toenails.
Yeah, I'm hoping I've thrown Chris more under the bus and it's diverted from me.
Yeah. No, Lainey does not love Cliff Richard gifts, thank you. Yes, it's just fun, Stephen. But yeah, it's been really good fun, and thank you again. I will be back. I think it's Ricky Lee next week, but I need to check with him because I haven't confirmed. But it'll be someone, hopefully. I will be back on at 9:30 to do a little bit of a chatty thing. And yes, so thank you again. As I said before, if you're not linked to Chris and Belle, which I'm sure you are, the link is in the description box below, but I'm sure everyone is who's here.
And we will promise to try to both be on Monday.
Yes, you will. So it's just a case of awkward wave, isn't it, till the end of this thing? So bye, everybody.
Nice to see you.